following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in a thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your wanna be, Jimmy Star's new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Star's.
Hey ho ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We've got a fun show for you guys today, way different than what we normally do, as we have, I should turn that off, because we don't want that behind us.
What's
okay,
off?
hang on, because otherwise it's got all those shadows, okay. Anyway, we got a great show for you guys today. It's going to be a lot of fun. The very first we're going to have a guest coming on. His name is Rick Ventura. He's from the band Riot Act and also the band Riot. He's down guitar player. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then Ron had so much fun on our Christmas show that he thought we should invite some of the people who didn't come on our Christmas show to do the second half of the show for our New Year's show. So we have a lot of fun guests, celebrity guests calling in on the second half of the show to wish everybody a Happy New Year's. How's that? Are we bright enough for you?
I don't care for what we look like. It seems darker or something or weird. And the camera's too high. Remember last week I said lower the camera?
I know. Well,
otherwise, it looks like we're talking to nobody. I know the camera has to come down.
It messes up the light, though. Then
I don't care about the light.
Okay, we'll talk to people.
You know what I mean?
Hey, what's up, chat?
He doesn't learn. I mean, this is one thing about him. He keeps the kitchen sink filthy. He throws crumbs in there just to annoy me, to make me crazy. But he doesn't realize that I am saving up every nickel and dime I can to get a divorce, because it's about $3,500, I believe. And I'm almost there. You know, I beg for quarters on the corner. I do. I go on the corner of Palm Canyon. I have a little cup and I say, I'm old and I'm broken and I need money, like the rest of the beggars do here in Palm Springs.
Where do you want it?
I want lower.
I just lowered it.
Lower.
Make sure you don't get the top of the TV.
We don't. Now when we look, I don't know what we got. Oh, I'm not there anymore.
Because you covered yourself because you made it too low.
Well, where is it?
Talk, though, because you have dead air.
I hate this show.
There.
No, now it looks weird. Look like a ghost. Raise it up a little bit.
Okay, talk to people, though.
Like that. Like that's good.
All right.
And then just tilt it forward so that there's not so much that's it. Now that looks good. Except we look like we're ghosts.
That's because you don't have the fake, because you have a fake background.
Have a fake background?
Yeah.
Get rid of the background.
Okay.
Don't you love how we do all our technical stuff while we're on the air?
That's what makes it fun.
Being with him is just not so much fun as everybody thinks it is. But what are you going to do?
Well, here,
what can you do?
I don't see you at all.
If you screwed it up.
Right.
You know what? Get rid of the background. We don't need to see ourselves.
All right. There we go. All right. So talk to everybody
everybody, and Happy New Year soon. And I hope all your New Year's resolutions will be good ones. Be honest, be true blue, help a friend, love everyone, eat well, no sugar, be healthy, and live to be my age and longer. You know, I'm 82 years old and I'm still kicking. And now I'm really taking good care of myself by not eating sugar or processed foods or garbage. See, I hate this because I'm not looking at a camera. It's like I'm delirious. I look like an old fucking queen that's delirious.
That's okay.
No, it's not right. You got to do this professionally or I'm off your shitty show. All right? I won't be on your show if you don't do it. I'm a professional. 64 years in the business. I don't go for this hokey pokey. I don't go for this hokey pokey, like at home crap. Every moron in the world now has a talk show, right? They got a camera. They sit in front of it in a sweatshirt with a beard, with pizza hanging out of their mouth, looking like slobs. They don't know how to interview. They don't even ask questions. If the celebrity doesn't run, now I'm spinning, see? If the celebrity doesn't keep it going. Anyway, what am I complaining about? It's the old, what? That's better. This is an old year. Let's leave it behind us. Let's hope and pray that the new year will be changes made that'll make us the most glorious country in the world and that we'll be the happiest people.
So
let's all work together to do that. We need to be together. We cannot be fighting among each other. We cannot be prejudiced. We cannot be calling each other racist and stupid things like that. We have to learn that we are all in the same country, wanting the same things, working towards the same things. So God bless America and everyone in it. And I mean everyone, not just white people or certain people.
All right, let's go. We got to stop all this shit and go into.
Yes, now we're going to go into fun.
We got a great.
I always start off with a little bit of a story because that's what I find. I find it a little difficult at times in today's world to live. I come from a different world. My world of 15, 60 years ago was a world of polite people, courteous people, kind people, people who would never say what they say today about each other. It was just thought of as uncouth or not said. So we bit our tongues, as the expression went. That's the end of my sermon. Now let's get on with the show.
All right, so we've got a bunch of people in the chat room. Let's say hi. We've got Vic, Lil Saint Productions is in the chat room. Twyla is in the chat room. Hey, Twyla. Kymberli Boynton.
Hey, Kimmy.
Joseph Kelly. Kymberli Boynton's coming on later today. I don't know who else is in there because it went by too fast, so we'll have to see. But we want to welcome everybody to the show. Don Hinton is in the chat room. Country Super is in the chat room. The chat room is growing. We're going to have really a good time today. You guys are going to like everybody. Diane Repetto is in the chat room.
Hey, Diane. Lipstick, Diane. And as far as, what's her name? What the hell is her name? My mind just went.
Who, Twyla?
No.
Courtney?
No, the beautiful girl that takes all those close-up pictures on Facebook.
That's
every
Diane.
day. No, the heavy-set girl, but she's gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't know. You put me on the
spot.
We
go to her house all the time. We shot the movie there. You're brain dead.
Kymberli's coming on the show in a few minutes.
I know that, but I'm going to say hi to. You know what? He is gaslighting me. Did you ever see the Ingrid Bergman Charles Boyer movie where he was gaslighting her?
We already said hi to her in there. Earlier.
No, but I wanted to say how beautiful her pictures were, Kymberli, and it slipped my mind. You know, Jimmy, you're on your way out.
And Teresa's in there too.
Jimmy, you better pack.
Say hi to Teresa.
I'm not. You better pack your dolls and get the hell out of this
Teresa
house.
Vecchio, what's up? Happy New Year.
Terry Vecchio, my make-believe sister, who I know for over 60 years, who is absolutely my blood, but not really, and her husband, John Vecchio, two of the nicest people in the world, true blue, wonderful friends. She had two boys, I had two girls. We had them at the same time when we lived on Long Island, and we have always been close, and she's just a darling person. So I'm wishing you a happy New Year. No,
she says I love you guys,
and then I love you back, and then we'll call you for New Year's. Of course, you know that. And we're not going out New Year's. We're staying in. I'm so happy to know. We've refused to go to parties because we don't drink. Everybody gets bombed, especially here in Palm Springs. Everybody's loaded at New Year's. They don't make any sense. And Jimmy and I have to stand there politely doing yes, when they're spouting nonsense, no sense at all. So I said, you know what? Stay home.
Absolutely. We always stay home for like the whole
I'm
time.
going to make filet mignon, and we're going to have new potatoes, asparagus, and apple cider.
Oh, B. Claudia has just joined us, too. She's had a rough holiday, you guys. So, B, we're so happy to see you here.
Why did B have a rough holiday?
Just lots of problems of things.
B, what's your problem?
She's good, though. She's here now. Well, it's not private problems, so it's not public problems.
No, but I mean, nothing to do that I should be concerned about.
No, she's fine. We love you, B.
As far as her health goes.
Yes, her health is fabulous.
Oh, we love
you, B.
That's all I care about, B.
We love you. So, all right, you guys. So, real quick,
let's get this show on.
You can hear the show on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Prime. We want to welcome our very first guest for the day. He is an incredible guitarist, world-renowned. His name is Rick Ventura. He's from the band now Riot Act, but previously from the band Riot. And we want to welcome him to the show. Bring him in, Juan. Hey, Rick!
How do you do, Ricky?
All right, so
this is Astros. Hey, Astros, say hi to everybody. That's little Astros. 7-pound terror.
Good to see you.
7-pound terror.
So hold on, we need to get your volume up higher, I think. Juan, is there a way to make him louder, or can you turn your volume up on your computer?
Is today a technical show.
Okay. Now I can hear you.
You
Just
never believe
up.
we're on the air 14 years, right?
15.
15. The way we screw around trying every week to get it right. He's cheap. He's very went out and bought a $90 million car. He buys thousands of dollars in crummy monster dolls. A friggin' little new camera. Oh,
What's
no.
going on with our camera?
It's shit. It's
Anyway.
a shitty camera.
No, it's
We
not.
got to get good equipment in here. The equipment in here
Okay,
is like...
we don't need to talk about that. We need to talk about him.
I want Rick to help me.
Oh, yeah.
Get your camera.
No,
Yeah.
Rick, tell Squeaky Ass over here that we need new equipment.
All right, hold on, you guys. So this is Rick Ventura, you guys. He is formerly from the band Riot, which if you guys know anything about like heavy metal, they're like one of the greatest heavy metal bands of all time. They're in the Rock and Roll Heavy Metal Hall of Fame. He's got a new band now called Riot Act, and they're really phenomenal, and we're going to talk about them a little bit. But first, let me introduce you. This is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Who's bitching all the time.
Hey, Ron.
I'm not interested in talking to you. I want to bitch about him. You're famous already. You've made it. I don't have to push. I don't have to push your goodies. But when I called him tight ass, you know why I called him that? His ass is so tight when he walks, it squeaks. If you ever heard that one, that's an old one. But Rick, your music is really way out. Not my kind of music. It gives me a headache. But it's great music, and everybody loves it. I like soft music. Frank Sinatra, Johnny Mathis,
Okay.
Patti LaBelle kind of stuff. I know. But your music is good.
So hang on.
I can deal with it. I'm 83.
We have a soft song on the album you can listen to.
No, but seriously.
Wait. What do you have on the album?
There's a softer song. There's a ballad on the album.
Okay.
I am from the heavy metal generation. I hate to brag, but the people I used to hang out with when I was a hippie, living in LA in the 70s, you wouldn't believe who they were.
Really?
He forgot who they are.
No, big guys. I hung out with the heavy metal guy, the king of them all. He had a steel guitar. By the way, I'm deaf in one ear, left ear because of him. I went to the Cafe Roma in Beverly Hills with Mr. Blackwell to hear him perform. They had the speaker turned up. The speaker was right here. Well, he hit such high notes on the beep that it went in my ear and it damaged it. True story. And his name, who's the famous guitarist? Oh, Jesus Christ. So famous. Why can't I think of his name? Had albums and everything. Big famous group.
Okay, well, anyway, because we need to talk about this one. His albums
give me some heavy metals of the 60s and 70s that were really way out. I mean, guys.
Him.
Oh, my God. There were so many. I mean, in the 60s.
The famous guitar.
Hendrix, there was, Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, Jeff Beck.
He was like a Jimi Hendrix.
Like a Jimi Hendrix.
He was that. Matter of fact, I think a friend of ours was his drummer, and his name. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Anyway, we'll go back to it. First of all, Rick, we got a chat room that's filling up with people. Drummer. Say hi to everybody in the chat room.
How's it going, everyone?
Listen, there's music for everyone.
Oh, sure.
And what I have to tell you is, your music is communication, because it does put a lot of people together in thinking and understanding. Because I truly believe that the best message sent out is through music.
Yeah, I agree. Totally.
So
let me brag a little bit, first of all. So when you were in Riot, I guess you weren't I read all kinds of stuff online about you.
Chet Atkins. Chet Atkins.
Oh.
I got it.
Chet Atkins. Heavy metal.
That's not heavy metal.
No, but Chet,
guitarist.
He was wonderful on the guitars, what I meant.
Oh, yes.
Chet Atkins, that's who I'm talking to. See the names?
Wow.
Yeah, he was a sweet guy. Chet Atkins was really very, very shy, stoned out of his bird. I don't know if he was stoned or shy, but he was cool. I love the guy. And could he ever hit a guitar, baby? He hit those strings where your ears fell out of your head.
Beautiful melody.
Actually,
Chet was some guitarist.
Say hi to B. Claudia. She's in Germany. She's in here writing all kinds of stuff about how famous you are, how legendary you are, and how Closer to the Flame is awesome.
Thank you.
How does it feel being a big shot? How does it feel? How do you feel being a big shot?
I don't feel like a big shot at all. I'm the farthest thing from a big shot.
No, you're not. See, that's what gets me. Jimmy said to me, "You have no idea how famous we are." And I said, "We are? How are we famous? Nobody stops me in the street, recognizes me, or asks for my autograph. We're not famous at all." And our engineer that we had before this guy said, "Ron, you guys are so famous. We don't know it. Do you know you're famous?"
No,
Don't be shy. Don't be full of shit. Come on, tell the truth.
I really, when you go out to play, we did a tour recently, and a lot of the fans that come out, you realize, wow, you make an impression on people, and it feels nice to, when you play music for them, and they're just so enthusiastic about it. So that's a great feeling. That's the only time I realize that, okay, I mean something to somebody.
But are you aware of the fact that you're one of the top steel bands?
Heavy metal.
Heavy metal. I call them steel. The fuck do I know?
Iron, whatever. Yeah. Well, yeah. I've learned that through the years that we made a mark and influenced a lot of new bands. So it's a great feeling.
I find all the big ones are modest. All the little nobodies are conceited and narcissistic. I mean, really, the nobodies will come on to you at a cocktail party and say, "Oh, I'm great. I'm this, I'm that, I'm the best." And you never heard of them.
Interesting.
Johnny Manthis, who I always bring up, is a darling. I've met him 3 times. And he's coming to Palm Springs in February. We're going to see if we can get him on our show. Johnny Manthis, the greatest singer of ballad music, better than Frank Sinatra, in person is the most demure, the most shy, the most unpretentious human being you ever want to meet. And I said to him, "Do you realize how great you are?" And he shyly went like that. He said, "No, but I hope I am." That's a beautiful person.
Wow.
And it's in his music. Does your personality show in your music? Are you angry when you do your thing?
Well, I have a bit of an attitude when I play. I think it's just it's aggression built in, and it comes off on stage. You let your frustrations out on stage. That's what I find. So I think people relate to that when I play.
Most musicians say that. Yeah, I know of a couple of musicians. What's his name? Kenny, the drummer.
Oh, Kenny Aronoff?
Kenny Aronoff was a wonderful drummer.
Oh, yeah.
He is very inspired by his day. If he has a happy day, his beat is kind of romantic. But if he gets cut off in the freeway and he hates people, on those fucking drums, he like better than Gene Krupa. He goes like crazy.
So hang on.
And I said to him, "Gee, tonight you were fabulous, Kenny." He said, "I was getting out all my hostility on the skins."
Yeah, you do that. You hit the drums hard. You hit the guitar really hard. And people in the audience gets off on that. They like.
I think it makes you better. I think emotion makes you a better performer. How dull is it when you have no emotion and you perform? Yeah. You're bored.
My favorite players were, watching the guys that went, little nuts on stage, smashing their guitar or whatever.
I remember years and years ago with the Whiskey A Go-Go, Mama Cass was appearing with that gang of her. What the hell were they called?
Mamas and the Papas.
And the Papas. And somebody did something wrong, and Mama Cass in the middle stopped. And she said, "If you don't get it right, I'm out of here." And everybody loved it. They started applauding her, and then she went back into her song. And I think it makes the audience feel that you're human and you're just like them. You're not some legend. Mama Cass was a character. I went to a couple of her parties up in Laurel Canyon Boulevard where she lived up there. And that blonde girl was beautiful that was in her group.
Michelle Phillips.
Michelle Phillips. What a lovely girl. Stunningly beautiful.
All right, hold on.
Wait, one more thing and you can have the floor. Mama Cass was a very outspoken broad. She didn't give a shit about what she said. If she liked you, she liked you. If she didn't like you and didn't invite you to a party, she'd say, "Who are you? Get out." No, I liked Mama Cass. I was so sad when she passed away.
All right, so hold on. I want to talk 5 minutes on Riot, and then we're going to go into Riot Act.
Yes, Riot Act.
So first of all, you were with Riot. From what I read online, like they had already released an album, and then you came on, and you're from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Whoa, Red Hook. Red Hook. Where are you from in Brooklyn?
Brooklyn. I grew up on Flatlands and Avenue N.
Oh my God, I'm from Red Hook, the next town over. I had friends on Avenue U and Avenue S, off of Ocean Parkway.
Mm.
Columbo, the big mafioso, had a house on Ocean Parkway.
Oh, really?
A lot of the Brooklyn wise guys had beautiful homes on Ocean Parkway.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah. We had our share of wise guys in our area.
So I read in an interview,
I
read in an interview that you did, like you joined the band right off the bat. You guys went on tour with AC/DC, so you were thrown in the spotlight, which that's pretty. You were young, right? How old were you when you joined Riot?
Oh, yeah. It was like, 20 years old. 1920. So, no, not the year 1920. 1920. Yeah. I came in on the second album, and before you know it, we were touring, opening for AC/DC.
How many albums have you sold since you started?
I'm sorry?
How many albums have you sold since you started playing?
Oh,
we don't know.
I wish I knew. If it was in
100 albums,
I'd be living somewhere else.
Yeah. So hold on, let's go back to it.
I got to get personal.
No, I want to do
You have
this.
a wife, a girlfriend, or are you gay? What is it?
I have a girlfriend.
Is it serious?
I guess, yeah, we've been together 20 years, so it's fairly serious.
I have to talk to her.
20 years is awesome.
Shut up, please.
A long time, I know.
I must talk to this girlfriend and advise her. What is she kidding? 20 years and she didn't get you married? Get at it. Honey, listen, sweetheart, whoever you are, dump this one, find somebody that wants to marry you. 20 years, you're wasting your time. Because you know what? A little piece of ass with big fake tits is going to come by, and he's going to dump you for the little tomato. And you've wasted.
He doesn't know
I
you.
give her good advice. Marry the woman. At least
Stop
if
it.
she divorces you, you get alimony. Oh, I have to
Probably
tell
dumped me.
I know I sound.
He's saying he's going to dump her.
I know I sound like Joan Rivers, but I can't help it. No, really, seriously. How wonderful. A 20-year relationship. That's true love.
Yeah, we're committed to each other. Sometimes she would like to have me.
You become one. You're two that has become one. After 20 years, you think alike, you look alike, you feel alike.
Good point.
This
That's
creature.
very
I'm 11 years with this creature. God forbid I should ever be like him. I kill myself. But anyway, it's nice.
For a divorce lawyer, I heard you say that earlier.
I want to divorce him so bad. I want to move back to New York. I want to dump him.
He's in New York.
Where are you in New York? You're lucky.
I'm in Queens right now.
We're in Queens. I'm from Astoria.
Oh, I'm in Bayside.
Oh, I lived in Bayside on Corporal Kennedy Boulevard.
Yeah, I know that, sure.
In a beautiful townhouse. And I also lived in Bayside at La Havre in Beechhurst.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. I'm like diarrhea. I'm all over.
All right, so hold on. I want to go back. So you're with Riot. You toured the world with AC/DC, Black Sabbath. I mean, you're talking about names, and you were like, who are the names? AC/DC, Black Sabbath, Rush, Rainbow, Sammy Hagar. And you also performed in the very first Monsters of Rock concert, right?
Yes.
That was a big deal. How many people was that?
Oh, it was like close to 100,000 people. That was just mind-boggling. It was like a mini Woodstock when we played there.
Who was the group that back in the 60s made I Heard It Through a Grapevine?
Marvin Gaye.
Who?
Marvin Gaye.
No. The rock group that did the rock version of I Heard It Through the... That's the group that I saw at the Whiskey Go-Go also.
Creedence?
Creedence Clearwater.
Creedence Clearwater.
Revival.
God,
he knows everything.
You're smart. I forgot. No, this is 40, 50, 70 years ago. They were wonderful. Whatever happened to Creedence Clearwater? Jimmy,
they went through some troubles. John Fogerty's still around, though. He's putting out albums and still performing.
So hold on.
They did a wonderful cover on that song. Jesus, it was great. Do you ever do things like that?
We covered, Riot covered Born to Be Wild on one of our albums. We covered an Animals tune. We did a few.
Why don't you make an album for us old bags? We're still around, of all the wonderful rock and rolls or whatever you want to call the music of my era, 60s, 70s, and 80s. There are so many fabulous songs that you guys can do a nowadays version of. It's an idea. I would buy your album in a minute.
Oh, great. I mean, that's...
I'd ask you to send me one for free because I'm cheap. But an autograph. No, really, I would love an album Like, I'd love to hear you guys do. I've heard it through the grapevine. What a great da da da. It's just
hang on. Okay,
I can't help it. I'm excited.
You
But
He's a big celebrity. He's not a little shit. I have to get excited.
I know. Well, I want everybody to know. So
if he was a nothing, I would sit here.
I'll let you know. If we do that song, I'll let you know.
Please do. You know what? It's a seller. Everybody in the club will be banging their foot. I heard it through the. It's just got a never-ending melody.
So hold on. So what about, okay, so you did all the tour, you did all these things, you performed at the inaugural Monsters of Rock with 100,000 people. Is that the most you've ever played to at one time?
Yeah, that was the largest.
I wanted to do it with you. I do the humor. You're boring. You give all these fucking statistics.
I know, but I want to know. So you're inducted into the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame.
When you were appearing with 100,000 people, if you had to pay, what were you going to do? You're going to tell these people?
No, that feeling goes away as soon as you hit the stage.
It goes away as soon as you hit the stage.
No, it's true, because when I make movies, I sometimes have to pee. But you shoot the scene and then you go pee.
I can pee right now.
But 100,000 people, you weren't nervous or frightened?
I get more nervous playing in a small club, believe it or not.
I understand that. I am never nervous on a movie set. But when I did stand-up comedy for 46 years,
that's rough.
The people were 10 feet or 15 feet because they smoked. So I told the club, get them away from me. I was very, very nervous at their reaction because you saw their faces and their eyeballs rolling or whatever. I agree with you.
Yeah, that's definitely putting yourself out there.
That's more concerned. Yeah, I agree.
All right, so then...
Good, boring. Now you talk.
So now you guys were labeled the unluckiest band in the world.
Why?
Because you had from what I read in an interview, you had a bad manager, and Metallica's manager told you to get rid of your manager, and that Metallica was going to be the next big thing, and now Metallica's like the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah, we always had issues with our management, and other record companies had issues with our management. They kind of thought they were hot shit, actually, and they really weren't. But they got us a record deal, we had just so many unfortunate instances. We were on Capitol. They wanted a certain song to be released as a single. Our managers didn't want that. And so Capitol dropped us. So no record label. So luckily we were picked up by Elektra. Our album came out. And, we had a good run for a short period until tragedy.
And you had Fire Down Under, which they say is one of the greatest heavy metal albums of all time.
Yes. Yeah.
So now you have Riot Act, new band. We should say hi to the members, Don Chafin, Paul Ranieri, Claudio Galinsky, and you.
Hey, guys, where are you? You should be here with me.
That's right.
That's right. Anyway, I want to ask a question. How come you guys never got weird and dressed up like freaks?
Well, back in the day, some of us might have. I don't know what those guys wore. I mean, like Kiss. No, none of us were like that. Really.
What kind of weird shit I'm talking about?
Yeah, we didn't get into that.
No,
that was their thing. Why copy it?
You don't need to embellish your music because it's good. Sometimes if your music stinks, the show is better than the music. The fire, the snakes, all that nonsense thing.
You want to get music.
So you've got the new band, Riot Act. Tell us a little bit about it. I know that I'll brag a little bit for that one too, you guys. They have a single called Wanted. It just won recently the John Lennon Award. So that's a big deal. You guys haven't even been together that long.
Yeah.
And you have a brand new album that came out this year called Closer to the Flame. So tell us a little bit about the new band.
Well, the band's only about 2 years old, and it started right before the pandemic, and things were going great. My friend and fellow guitarist Lou Cavaris, he got the ball rolling, and we were inducted into the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame, and then in beginning of 2020, when COVID hit, Lou was one of the first to catch COVID, and he passed away at the end of March 2020. So it was a disaster. It was just like we I couldn't believe it that we were just devastated. Yes, for many months I was like, oh boy, this was not meant to be. I was going through my head. I didn't pick up a guitar for quite a few months. Then we had a good thing. The band, there was a lot of talent in the band. There's a lot of energy we wanted to play. And we just wrote a lot of music during that period. And we recorded Closer to the Flame. And it was the strangest thing doing an album during a lockdown. It was very nerve-wracking. Very nerve-wracking.
And as a child, what made you think you could play a guitar?
Wow, something? When I was a little kid, I saw, well, first of all, my mom, check this out. My mom took me to see A Hard Day's Night in the movie theater. I must have been like 6 years old. And
about 40 then.
And I'll just never forget being in that theater and it was just screaming girls and just watching these guys, on stage, these guitars. I'm going, and I didn't really pick up guitar right then. It was a few years later. It was probably, 6 years later or so, 7 maybe even. The guitar was just a way to.
What made you want a guitar and not a piano or a drum or a saxophone?
There was something about the sound of the guitar. It was the sound that guys in the 60s were making, guys like Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton, just the sound. And there was something about the tone of the instrument. It was a new sound, basically, and it just grabbed my ears. And I grew up in a lot of the blues players, and that emotion in their playing really struck me. That's what drew me to the guitar.
Did you ever hear of a group called Country Joe and the Fish?
Oh, sure.
What'd you think of them?
Well, they were from the Woodstock period.
They were my day.
Oh, yeah.
We used to love them. They were so beloved by all the kids. We were kids then, and everybody loved Country Joe and the Fish.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's so many great bands during that period. It's unbelievable.
Great music, the 60s and the 70s and the 80s.
No doubt. One of the greatest periods in music history. I mean, as decades go by, you realize that every song, you listen to pop radio back then, just brilliant songs that stick in your head. And I listen to, you listen to music on the radio, nothing really, melodies don't stick in your head anymore.
It was a great transitional time because we had Perry Como, Dinah Shore, Doris Day, Johnny Mathis, Frank Sinatra, all ballads, all that sort of what they call elevated music. Then suddenly we have these people, these creatures, these wild guys coming at us. And my God, we didn't know what to do, but just get up and dance and jump and get nuts and get loaded and get crazy and fall out. I mean, it was an exciting time for all young people.
Yeah, the
era was wild. It was wild.
Actually, though, I read because didn't Riot come out of right after basically punk and disco? Right. It was like the new sound after punk and disco was the hard rock.
Yeah, we were doing the hard rock thing right in the center. I mean, New York was the center of punk. New York City. Yeah. We were, in Brooklyn, it was all the whole disco scene. So Riot was just kind of left field, doing that kind of music. It was sort of. And
then Studio 54 came into happening, and that was my hangout, and I loved it because disco was fabulous. And I remember when Donna Summers performed there. Was it Donna? It was Donna Summers, and she did Last Dance. People were you know what they did? They got amyl nitrate and they put it in the air conditioning system. So all the amyl nitrate poppers was coming down on everybody. So they got so loaded that women started taking off their tops. No one wore bras and shaking their boobs, and the guys dropping their pants. I mean, it was like Sodom and Gomorrah. I've never seen anything like it to date. It was wild.
I've heard about that period. I used to hear a lot of stories about that.
Oh, it was a wild club.
So
I should write a book about that.
So
club.
I want everybody to hear. First of all, we're going to tell everybody the website for Riot Act is riotactband.com. And I have the engineer. I sent him Closer to the Flame. So we're going to play it real quick for everybody, and then we'll come back and talk so everybody can hear it. And then I'm going to
tell you what I really think of your music, whether you like it or not. Isn't Jimmy cute?
And
for an old man. Look, we know we're married.
Wait.
Shut up.
I want him to introduce the song.
Wait, we're married. I want to compliment you, you creature. We're married 10 years. Can you tell?
Oh, yes, definitely.
So, Rick, I want you to introduce it. Juan's going to play it. Just do an introduction, say what the song is. We're going to play it. Hang on, and we're going to come back and talk to you when we're done playing the video.
Okay. Who's picking the song?
Huh?
Who's picking the song?
Oh, it's the only one we're actually doing Closer to the Flame. The title track.
Okay.
Title track. Oh no, you gotta announce it. Say, here's my video, Closer to the Flame by Riot Act or something like that.
Are you ready to go now?
Yeah, he's ready. You do it.
Okay. So here's the video and the title track of our new album, Closer to the Flame.
Yeah. And that was Closer to the Flame by Riot Act. Dude, that song is rocking. The chat room loved it. Everybody's like saying how much they loved it.
I know Rick is waiting to hear what I have to say. You won't believe it, but I liked it. It had a great beat, and you are phenomenal. You really can bang those strings like nobody else. You are hell of a artist. The drummer was great, and the guy singing, clear,
Don.
good voice, strong. I hope he doesn't ruin it by doing too much singing. No, that happened to a lot of people that I know.
It was fantastic.
Look at what's her name, the one I love the most. She has all those things on her vocals.
Anyway.
You know who I'm talking about. Timmy, no, the one.
Anyway.
You know, I have brain problems. I'm getting old.
So I want to say.
She's famous. She's with the rock group. She's a singer.
I know, but a lot of times you say rock group, but it's not actually a rock group.
Her song is...
Anyway, don't worry about it.
It's terrible.
I want to go back. So Riot Act, from what I get in the music community, is being very well received. You guys, I know you went on tour this year since COVID has kind of like allowed down. You went, see, what did I write down? You went on a tour in the UK with Lily and Axe and a tour in North America with Raven, and you met Metallica.
Yes. At the,
was Metallica nice to you?
Oh, they're very nice guys, yes.
They weren't jealous of your talent that they don't have?
No, those guys are talented, and
I don't think
very nice.
The music is a little much.
He doesn't like Metallica. He liked Riot Act, though.
No, because you know
I
what?
love Metallica.
You are the keeper of the flame with that song, because you're keeping, that was music of the 70s, which I love and enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up on that music, you know. So
some metal groups today have gone too technical. It's not even music. They have all these sound effects that sound like they're in another planet or in a spaceship.
Wait, who were some of your biggest influences, like growing up? You really loved.
Well, who's the girl that sang Gypsy, and she was dancing in the field? Gypsy. Her famous song was Gypsy.
Stevie Nicks?
Stevie Nicks. That's yeah, poor Stevie. You know, her vocals went from singing so much. They had to do a surgery on her vocals.
The singer is Don Chief.
I love Stevie. You ever meet Stevie Nicks?
No, I haven't, no.
I'd love to meet her.
Same here.
So I interrupt you when my brain functions.
Okay. I grew up on the Beatles. I grew up on all the great guitar players in the 60s. I mean, Eric Clapton in the early days was a very big influence. Led Zeppelin. But I was into a lot of stuff, not just heavy music. I was into a lot of pop stuff and songwriters. And I'm in my household, I used to listen to Tony Bennett, so.
What's music? So what do you think of Patti LaBelle? Woohoo! The best. Great. The best. I adore and love Patti LaBelle.
His favorite is Johnny Mathis, though.
And Patti LaBelle.
Well, I used to listen to Johnny Mathis too in our home, so I know a lot of those artists and songs.
So
when you are musical, you love all music.
Yeah, there's stuff you find you appreciate later on in years. You start, hey, this guy was great.
Actually, Diane Repetto says that her sister played with Metallica and sister-in-law, and she was in their movie. And they want to know what about. They said that they thought that Don kind of had Bruce Dickinson vibes a little bit, which is Iron Maiden, and they want to know if you like Judas Priest.
Oh yeah, I loved Judas Priest. So I played with them, and I met Rob Halford, and I always liked Judas Priest. Yes,
we actually had the guy on our show. Now I forgot his name, who replaced Rob Halford for a couple of years.
I can't remember. Boy, I just went blank.
That movie Rockstar is loosely based on Judas Priest, they say, and so that Mark Wahlberg played that character of that guy, whatever his name was. But many years ago, like 12 years ago, we had
our very good friend is Scott Page from Pink Floyd.
The saxophone player.
You know Scott Page?
No.
Sweetheart of a guy. You should be the nicest person in the world.
So bucket list. So you've played with the biggest bands on the planet. If somebody called up and said, "All right, Riot Act, we want you to open up for," who would be your your ideal band that you haven't had a chance to play with that you think, "Oh my God, this would be so great to play with this band"?
Oh wow.
You can pick more than one.
I know some of the guys, and I know a drummer would love to play with Metallica. some of us would like to play. There's a new band called Rival Sons we'd love to play with. A lot of the bands that I grew up with are no longer together, unfortunately. So
let's say they were. We'll give it a hypothetical. Let's say they were. Who would you want to play with?
Well, the Stones are stistill together, so it'd be fun to play with the Stones.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Legends like that. Playing with Sabbath, that's one of the big. Deep Purple, it would have been nice to play with Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, but that's a bygone era.
I like them.
That's fun. I love it. I think that just makes the whole thing fun. So you've been a musician for a long time, and you've been doing it a long time, and I'm really happy that Riot Act and everybody is being well received. If you Google it, you get all kinds of good reviews about the new album. Where do people go to get the new album? Is it on all the download sites?
They go to their local Sam Goody. Remember that? No.
Yeah.
I want to say something.
Good old days.
Yeah,
no, it's Apple Music, Amazon.
Yeah, okay.
I want to say something. Do you know who Lauren Bacall is? The movie star.
Oh, sure.
Okay. I said to Lauren one day about old movies, and she corrected me. She said, Ron, a movie is only old after you've seen it. Now I want to say to you, old music? No. Music is only old after you hear it. Your music is forever because it's timeless music. And I want people to say these young jerks of today with that crap that they do, that stupid rap junk that nobody can sing, I think is hideous crap. And they think of your music as, oh, that's my father's music or my grandfather's. I grow up, learn. Music is wonderful. There is no age.
Oh, sure. I mean, there's so much to learn. There's so much to explore out there in music and so many different genres. And it's just a great gift, and it brings people together.
So, Tim Ripper Owens, that's who we
right, Ripper.
B. Claudia wrote it. She's like an encyclopedia, so she wrote it in the chat.
I should have known that.
My nephew, Billy Schurz, plays drums for himself. And you're one of his favorite people. I've heard him use your name, and it's up there with a lot of very big people.
Oh, wow.
He regards you as a damn good guitarist. So that's for you, Billy.
There you go. So you guys, the website for Riot Act Band is riotactband.com. And the new album is called Closer to the Flame. It does have a ballad on it, which I'm going to have to go listen to now.
Yeah, I want to hear the ballad.
A slower song, maybe not a ballad, a slower song.
Now I'm sure.
I think you'll like it. I think Ron will like it.
We should have played that also. I wish we had time.
I only played what we had a video for, though, because
right, we don't have the video for the other song.
I'm very curious if you call Slow Quiet.
It's definitely different from what you heard.
Oh, I like what you did. How could I not? I grew up on it.
So do you guys have any shows set up yet now for 2023?
When are you coming to California?
Yeah, there's shows. There's going to be a tour in the works, actually. So it's I'm guessing maybe February, March. We'll hear something.
Here in California?
I'm sorry?
We'll be here in California?
I hope so.
California.
We haven't put it together yet.
They didn't get it.
We're there in October. We passed through, but hopefully at the beginning of next year, we'll be out there again.
When you're here, comp Jimmy and I 2 tickets, and we'll write a good review about you. If you make us a review, is not so great.
I like that. No, you guys. So listen up. This is Rick Ventura. The name of the band, the new band, is Riot Act. He's a legend. He's an icon. You can check out riotactband.com. Please, they're an indie artist. Go to all your digital download sites and Spotify and listen to the new album. It's called Closer to the Flame. It's got a bunch of great songs and support. Have everybody. So I also read something because you guys are known as heavy metal all the time, but I thought I read someplace where you guys also say it's really just hard rock.
It's true because we came out in the early 80s. That period was known as the new wave of heavy metal, which is very different what metal has morphed into now. If Ron heard some of the metal, some of the death metal and thrash metal, I think his head would spin.
I've heard. You know what? I didn't want to correct you because
I like Johnny Mathis.
No, but wait, Rick. I really didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to get yelled at. But I didn't think your song was heavy metal.
Not really. It's not really heavy metal. It's more hard rock, I would say.
If it was heavy metal, I probably would have ran away. But no, it's hard rock. It's good. It's not heavy metal. Heavy metal is weird. That's not a weird. That flame thing is not weird. It's very understandable and very enjoyable and has a great beat. I wanted to get up and dance, except my knees are killing me.
Yeah. So
I don't do coke. So for those people out there think I'm rubbing my nose and sniffing, it's because of Astro. His fur, his hair,
Gander
gets me. So I really should put Astro down because I'm allergic to my dogs. Would you believe that?
Oh,
Astro,
really? Oh.
So number one, Rick, we want to congratulate you and Riot Act for the new success. We wish you all the best in the upcoming year. We want everybody to download your music and check out riotactband.com. And we want to wish you a very happy new year.
Yeah. And Rick, you were a great guest. Come back again. Happy New Year and more success if it's possible to you.
Oh, thank you. Happy New Year to you both.
Happy New Year to you, Rick.
Thank you.
And you know what? Marry her, please. Marry her.
Oh, all right. She's probably listening, so maybe I will.
You know what? It's nice to be married. You go to bed at night.
Hi, her.
And you're laying in bed with the person you're married to, not the person. Marriage makes a difference. I've been married 3 times, twice, 2 men and 1 woman. So I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in New Year.
We wish the best in the new year,
Good.
Rick. Thank you so much.
New
We'll see
Year,
you
Rick.
soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
Good.
Yay.
Astro,
All right, everybody. Now we're going to start bringing on our Happy New Year guest, starting off with our first guest, actor, motorcycle man, Mark Hoadley. What's up? Come on in, Mark.
How are you?
Hey, Happy New Year.
See,
Happy New Year. Look at you guys.
We didn't forget you, see?
I know you did.
On Facebook, he said, "What about me?" I said, "What do you mean, what about you?" On our New Year's show.
So our Christmas show, you guys, we had a bunch of guests this time. We're doing New Year's. Mark is a phenomenal actor. He's been on the show. He's starring in a movie that Ron has a role in called Clowny that they just filmed not too far ago at Kymberli Boynton's house, who's also calling in a minute.
Right. Mark plays my son-in-law, and he plays it well.
Well, thank you, Ron.
No, you're an easy actor to work with.
I have to say, we always think that you're one of the indie actors who gets not the credit that he deserves.
Absolutely.
Because your performances, we went and saw
in Churchill's
in
film,
that Xenophobia film, you were without a doubt stole the trilogy of films, and I don't think
your
you really got the right
performance in
credit.
Churchill's film when you were tied up and they were torturing you was beyond real and beyond wonderful.
Like
and
Academy Award shit.
And why it wasn't recognized, I will never, ever know, because I've seen some shitty performances by statuesque people, paper dolls. They do nothing and they win an award.
So you guys got to check out all of Mark's
I'm
work,
still pissed off over that.
He's a really, really good actor, you guys. He's a lot of fun. And
wait a minute.
He rides a motorcycle.
Well, he never stops talking, this faggot. Listen, and we're going to be making a movie soon, Joe Kelly's. I think are you in Joe Kelly's third one, right? Did they kill you off in the second one?
Third, no, I'm not in that. I have 3 others that I'm actually doing 2 films for Gregory Hakanaka, a Western, and then a martial arts genre called Fatal Needles of Death. I have a Thomas Churchill film that I'll be doing probably in February, where I'll be flying an airplane, actually, undercover.
No, he's playing a pilot.
Yeah. No, I fly. I fly Cessna. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I go flying all the time.
You're a man.
Friends up over L.A.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't.
We don't get in those little planes.
we have a wonderful friend of ours who lives in Northern California, and he's the rock group. What's his name?
Revolution.
Revolution. And Revolution is like one way out group, and he flies a private plane. And he said he'd come down and get us and fly us up there. But then I found out that he has a pot farm, a marijuana farm. And they grow marijuana and they sell it. And they make, what was it called? Pot honey. No, pot
butter.
Pot butter. And he said, if he's going to give me pot butter. I said, what the hell am I going to do with that? He said, you put a tiny bit on a cracker and you'll sleep tight.
Hang on.
No, thank you. I don't need that shit.
So, Mark, I forgot to tell you, say hi to everybody in the chat room. Diane's in there, and Twyla, and Kymberli, and it's a whole bunch of people. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Oh, hey, guys. I can't see anyone, but it's great to be on with you. And Happy New Year to everyone.
Absolutely. What are you
I was cut off on my point because I have to have a point. The reason I won't fly in his plane is he might do pot butter. And I'm not flying with somebody that's flying another way.
You won't fly with someone who's flying.
That's
right. Exactly.
That's right.
Not for me.
So what are we looking forward to the most? You got the new year. You had a good year with 2022. I know it was a rough year for you, but what are you looking forward to in 2023?
Well, I'm going to retire out of one of my businesses in 2023, and I'll just exclusively be doing film. I have a couple of my own projects, one that I wrote.
Martial arts.
Well, it has martial arts. It's martial arts and the cartel.
Okay.
Which is a rare combination. You don't see a lot of that. I had this film. I wrote it some time ago, and I had the financing for it. I had to write a part for my investor's wife. He was in his late 70s, and she was in her 40s. So I had to write a role for her, and I did. He wanted me to make offers to Ray Liotta and Andy Garcia. So I made offers to those two actors when Ray was alive, obviously.
Right.
But I lowballed them, and they turned it down, and we were preparing to do a counteroffer, another offer, and my investor passed away of a heart attack.
You got shit for luck.
Yeah, well, that was pretty shitty. So, he was worth almost $1 billion, and his wife inherited $800 million. So that's it. I mean, she's going to have a tough life. I understand that, but So after that, she didn't want any part of a B movie. She didn't want to put the money in that her husband was going to put in. She didn't want the role anymore. And then I look, and she's fucking out there working with Gerard Butler. She did end up working with Ray Liotta. She's working with all these A-lists, and I know she's putting millions in to do that. But, it's just the way it is.
Today, people have to buy their way into a film. Years ago, you got into a film because of your experience and your talent. Today, I find this to be everybody's a producer. And everybody's buying that. I'll give you $3,000 if you give me a role in your movie. I don't care for that at all. I think it's totally unprofessional because there are so many actors that have been working for 20, 30 years trying to get ahead, and they don't because these investor people take the roles away from them. Not I. And don't you think that every role that I do, Jimmy is in the producer. They're not. I have a lot of people that hire me because what I do, they like. They like when I'm a wise guy, mafia, the tough guy,
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm casted that way, but
you though, because you're very talented. Yeah. You've got a great home. We're going to add Kymberli to this.
No, but I was going there. See, you interrupt. You step on my button. I'm going to smack you.
There's no button today. It's a Halloween. It's a New Year's show.
Two fingers in the eye. You never see again. Now listen to me. Maybe forget. I was going somewhere with this whole thing, which was so interesting, taking it away from your boring comments.
Okay, well, we're bringing in Kymberli now, so it doesn't matter. Bring Kymberli in to join Mark and Ron and I.
Beautiful Kymberli.
Yay!
Look at that beautiful girl. Look at her. Look at that beautiful girl.
Hi, Ron. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Kymberli.
Hi to the chat room, too, Kymberli.
Hi, chat. Diane, Twyla, B, everybody that's out there. I don't know who else is out there.
Kymberli was in our movie, and I have to plug our movie. Our movie is called Clowny, and it's about this little boy who has a doll, and I'm not telling you anymore, but you can imagine what goes on. This lady, I saw a clip of what she did, was wonderful. She plays an erotic, nasty, lousy, bitch-mouthed neighbor. Boy, did she give it to I think it was Mark who opened the door, unfortunately. And I looked at it and I said, boy, oh boy, I feel sorry for her husband. Because if she gets from her husband, he's dead. You could be a real bitch.
Oh, thank you.
No, you're
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is a compliment because that little scene was, it was so authentic. Excuse me. My dog does this to me and I love him.
So hold on, Kymberli, real quick. Because I know every day we've been waiting for a new grandchild. Has the new grandchild made it yet or no?
No, not yet. And we're surprised, but she's being induced tomorrow. So she'll either be here tomorrow night or in the middle of the night on Friday. Oh,
there you go. Oh, look, and there's your grandson. Say hi.
That's our Clowny.
That's what she should have her baby on New Year's Eve. The first baby born on New Year's. You get
that'd be great.
You get a fortune of money.
Well,
hi.
my baby's coming tomorrow.
Oh, is that
right?
Oh, is that my little lover?
He knows.
Oh, he's the one I love. Everybody, this kid is really 44 years old. It's a midget. Because I can't believe this kid is really a kid. He is so cute, so sweet. He was charging me $1.
So you guys, we went to the Clown Motel 2 premiere. Kymberli hosted it at her hashtag Temecula store, and Mark was there, and that's her grandson.
Joe Kelly
and he was standing at the bathroom door, charging every man $1 if they wanted to go to the bathroom. It was hilarious. It was so much fun.
He is the sweetest little thing. I could eat him up alive. If I had a grandson, I wish it was him. I really mean, you're lucky.
Here's the question: did you pay the $1 to use the restroom?
I just peed in my pants.
Actually, too, you guys, Joe Kelly joined us. He wrote Happy New Year,
Sergeant
Rivers. He's in the chat room. Which I guess that's you, right, Mark? You were Sergeant Rivers?
I was.
There you go.
But the thing is, in the film, I'm Sergeant River. But Joe Kelly must have been 5 different times had addressed me as Sergeant Rivers. So he's got to get his own characters down.
So you're in Red River?
No. Sergeant Rivers is his character's name in Clown Motel 2.
Now, why aren't you in 3? You're one of the soldiers.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't discussed that part yet.
No, you know why? Because it's a backstory. And maybe you're not in there yet.
I didn't die, by the way, in Clown Motel 2.
Joe's third movie is a backstory of how it all came about. And I don't know that you existed then. You sort of came after.
Okay,
we have to talk to Joe about it. When he comes on the screen, we're going to ask him.
Kymberli, what are you looking at? Mark's got 3 movies he's looking forward to. What are we looking forward to for 2023?
I have to put the dog down. He's going to have
Keeping Up with Kim is dropping. We're finishing out. We brought Dave Bailey on as a writer, so we're finishing, and we're going to be taking all of January to finish that season 1 out. We started season 2 of it. Keeping It Real with Kim should be dropping. Couple things I'm working on also with Clowny, with Mark and Joe, and then a couple other films and a couple other things on the DL that I can't talk about yet, but
don't you hate that? I have about 4 things I'm not allowed to talk about, and it pisses me off because I could give such pre-publicity. We have over 5 million people watching this show right now. Do you realize what kind of publicity? You can't pay for that. And these morons won't let me do. Why? They're going to steal the title of the movie. I said, your movie's a piece of shit. Who the hell is going to steal the title? It's a $2 movie. You're lucky you get it made. And you're so worried. It's not Gone with the Wind, you know? I mean, really, these people, I hate the business today. I come from real Hollywood. You know, I'm from the days of studio, Warner Brothers. No, I was with Universal. I never was with Warner. But I'm from the olden days.
I like love
And
it.
you know what they used to say to us? I swear to you, Ron, if you're going to a cocktail party in Beverly Hills, talk about us. And I did. We were all instructed at a cocktail party. If we were at a famous producer's house or some shit, we would say, oh, and by the way, blah, 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 because it was word of mouth. That's how people win the Academy Award, by word of mouth. If everybody likes them and talks them up, people vote. So this nonsense, you stupid producers out there that have us.
I'm one of them.
You are one of them because I've been 3 of his shitty movies. And they're wonderful movies. They're not shitty. We're getting funding. They're wonderful stories. I can't wait to be in them. I live just to be in his films. Anyway, no, they're good stories. I'm in Red River, which is written by Ming.
They're coming on in a minute.
Ming Ballard. I love the script, but guess what? I'm also in Type O negative. And I play a gay vampire.
Wait a second. Let's ask them a question. So,
an over-the-top flying faggot vampire. I cannot wait to do that.
So movie question for each of you. If you could have been in any movie that's ever been made, what movie would you like to be in?
Ooh, this is a dog.
and it could be anything. Big budget, Academy Award winning, anything. And real quick before anybody else comes on, a male and female actor on your bucket list to work with. Mark, you go first.
Okay, my movie would be Man on Fire with Denzel Washington.
Great movie.
And one of the actors that I would totally want to work with is Denzel Washington.
Great actor.
Great actor.
And a female.
Female. Oh my gosh.
Charlize Theron
on that one.
Charlize Theron.
Okay, so we'll go to you, Kymberli.
No, wait. Charlize.
That's ours. That's who we like, Charlize Theron.
Mark, Charlize Theron. Do you ever see her?
She's hot.
Yeah, of course.
And you wouldn't want to make out with her in a movie?
Well, I didn't say that.
Well, if you don't want to make out with her,
look, I'd like to make out with her at any time.
If you don't want to make out with her in a movie, I would suggest you see a psychiatrist about your sexuality. Because even I, as a gay man, I'd love to make out with her.
So you go, Kymberli. What movie would you like to be
Look how
in?
beautiful that Kymberli is.
I don't know. There's so many movies I'd want to be in, but I think I said this on the last show too. Like, I don't know. I just something about, I'm going to go with, I know everybody's going to think this is really cheesy, but I think I would have fun. Like, I want to do La La Land. I love La La Land. I just,
that's the one movie that Ron hates.
And fun. And,
it was such a bad musical. You know, music.
I know you hate it, Ron, but I don't know.
I love it was cheesy and corny, and
they think you should.
It wasn't Fred Astaire.
It was fun.
They think you should make a film with Susan Sarandon. In the chat room, they're all saying Susan Sarandon would be someone good for you to work with. What's a guy who would like to work with?
Susan Sarandon may be in one of our movies.
Oh, a guy, hands down. You guys should already know my answer is Ben Affleck. Like, come on. Like,
what's your favorite Ben Affleck movie?
Boiler Room.
Oh, that's a good movie.
That's a good movie.
It wouldn't be my favorite. I still like Good Will Hunting because I thought Good Will Hunting was such a great movie.
I like all of his movies. I think he's a good actor.
Do you guys like him as Batman?
No.
Just okay, right? Yeah, he's not the greatest Batman. I like the old school Batmans. I liked it back when it was like George Clooney and people like that, when it was kind of more fun and a little bit campier than so serious.
No, I love how they knocked off Superman. I thought that was ridiculous.
He came back, though.
I don't give a shit. How do you kill off Superman? Every kid in the world was crying. I mean, that's like people telling their child there's no such thing as Santa Claus ever. You know, let the kid have an imagination. Fantasy is wonderful. We take fantasy away. Huh? that guy that was in bed with me on Christmas Eve with the beard, that was Santa.
I've been sitting on all these years.
Yeah. So, Mark,
that was your husband. He put a beard on.
Mark, who's your female? Who's your female like wish list?
You know what? I mean, she's not so big, but I would really like to work with her. It's Claire Danes.
I love Claire Danes.
Oh yeah.
What was her show back in the day? My Sweet 16 or 16, whatever it was. I love that show.
She grew up to being a fine actress. She grew into being
She's a phenomenal actress, and My So-Called Life. That's what it was called. My So-Called Life. I love that show.
A lot of those child actors have become great actors today.
She does more TV, I think, though, now than she does movies. I think that's a great pick, and nobody's ever mentioned that before, so I like that one.
I have to say something real quick before I forget. I'm wearing a Jimmy Star vintage shirt, by the way. Ooh. This is Jimmy Star's. This shirt isn't it nice? And it's very old. One half is black, one half is these diamonds. My stupid name is covering. But anyway, it's a Jimmy Star original.
I don't know if a lot of people don't even know. I used to be
when I met Jimmy, he said to me, "Go to the warehouse and pick out something." I went with a truck. I said, "I'll have this, these shoes, those slacks, this." I did a whole wardrobe. He didn't mind.
I used to be able to.
I told him my kisses are valuable. If you want to kiss me, you're gonna have to pay. Buy me a shirt. Give me a shirt.
Yeah. I don't even know. I used to be a celebrity clothing designer.
You never kiss anybody without reward.
I did the costume design for Too Fast, Too Furious. I've dressed Elton John. I've dressed all kinds of people in my one of a kind I used to make back in the day.
He did. Yes,
you did wardrobe for Elton John?
Yeah.
A red jacket he designed for Elton. He also did a magnificent dress for Cyndi Lauper, all hand painted. He sold it for a ton of money because Cyndi wore it. A beautiful psychedelic full skirt. Gorgeous.
I used to do everything. Everybody shopped in my store. I've dressed every major horror movie star on the planet. Clive Barker, Pinhead, Freddy Krueger, everybody. They've all done my stuff.
And actors as well. He did the English actor.
Actors.
What's his name? The one you imagine he had the nerve. He likes old men. So there's an actor who's straight, and Jimmy was in his company, and he said to him, "What'd you say to him? You try to pick him up?"
Oh no! When I first met Malcolm McDowell for the first time, I walked up to him, and it was at a convention, but I had a VIP thing, so I didn't have to wait in line. And I sat down next to him, and I said, "I know you're straight, but if you were gay, I would rock your world." And he invited me out to dinner, and we became friends.
But he never rocked his world.
I never rocked his world, but him and Lance Henriksen and Doug Bradley, who's Pinhead, they were like my three favorite. Lance Henriksen's still like my favorite actor of all time, even though he's not that big anymore. But like growing up, he was like I have all his action figures. He was one of my favorites. So, okay.
First movie I saw Malcolm McDowell in, Caligula.
Great movie.
What movie?
Caligula. Where they're all like the Roman.
Oh, he was wonderful
people.
as Caligula. I think he got an award for that, didn't he? He got recognized for that.
Yeah, I think so.
It was a little risque, but
yeah, everybody's naked in that film. That's why I liked it.
No, I know. But he's so unlike me. I'm such a prude. Really, I am.
Hold on, we're going to bring another
I'm
person
this way
in.
out guy. You should only know me in real life.
Hang on, we're bringing in a new partner to join us. Come on in, Johnny P.
Johnny P. Oh no!
Hey, two favorite guys in Palm Springs. What's up, fellas?
I thought Perotti was coming, and I thought
No, Johnny Potenza.
We'll be off the air if Johnny Perotti comes in.
What's up, Johnny?
Perotti, but boy, oh boy, is he wild!
Johnny P.
What's
Say
up,
hi.
Ron? What's up, Jimmy? How you doing?
We're good.
How
Say
you
hi to
doing?
Mark and Kymberli.
Hi, Johnny.
How you guys doing, ladies?
We're doing good. I don't like you anymore.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you friended my daughter and you never made a pass. Did you ever
You
pick?
told me.
Wait, shut up for a minute. You're never gonna forget.
I'm a gentleman.
Did you see what my daughter looks like?
Yeah, she's very pretty.
She's beyond beautiful. She's gorgeous and wonderful. And you have the nerve not to call her up.
You want me to be like one of these other guys that are like hounds? I got to be a gentleman.
Yes, you have to be a gentleman.
Well, you could be a gentleman and flirt a little bit. I mean, I told my daughter about you. She said, "How tall is he?" I said, "I don't know. It probably comes up to your tits."
Johnny,
because Ron wouldn't introduce me to his daughter because I ride a motorcycle.
Okay.
That's right. But I did try to fix him up with the most gorgeous girl in the world, Justine, who's my dental assistant. She runs the dentist place I go to. Gorgeous girl with a body of death and boobs that are real.
But she wanted me to cut my hair.
Hold on, you guys.
She did like you dressed as a guy, like normal.
Hang on. So first of all,
Samson now.
You guys, just so you know, Johnny Potenza has Up Late with Johnny P. Is that what it's called, Up Late with Johnny P?
Oh, it was originally Late Night with Johnny P. Now it's Up Late with. It was Late Night with Johnny P. Now it's Up Late with Johnny Potenza.
So it's a show in New York City on television in New York. We met him through Sean Kanan many years ago. He's fabulous. He was on the show recently. Mark is an actor. Kymberli's an actor. Mark does everything, actually, and so does Kymberli. But as this reference, we're bringing him on as actors.
Mark is a great actor.
And Kymberli has a talk show launching next year. And now we're going to add one more person to our little group, which I think.
Well, look at how beautiful Kymberli is.
She always looks beautiful.
Did you have a model when you were young?
No.
Still young.
Oh, I mean, when she was models of 16 and 17. My daughter modeled for my daughter was Power's #1 model.
Bring in Laurene.
My daughter was a cover girl forever. My daughter turned 18 and couldn't get work.
Hold on. Now we want to say Happy New Year to the fabulous Laurene Landon. Hey, Laurene.
I hope you all don't think I'm full of shit when I get.
How you doing?
Quiet, everybody quiet. I'm fainting. Laurene Landon is Hollywood. She is Hollywood of the days of glamour and beauty and stardom. When I am in Laurene Landon's company, I go back 50 years to being in the company of Jane Russell.
Not that you were 50 years ago, but she's saying the idea of you.
I feel like I'm back to the days of my celebrity friends, Stella Stevens, who's a dear friend of mine, all those beautiful, sexy, glamorous ladies that I'm friends with. So, Laurene Landon, I love you.
Laurene, please say hi to Mark.
Beautiful
Mark, I know you know Mark. I don't know if you know Kymberli. I think you do. And Johnny Potenza, he's a talk show host from New York.
He's in love already with Laurene. He's already after Laurene. Look at the eyes.
Any relations to Michael? Or no.
No.
He's got those guinea eyes. You know the guinea eyes? Guineas with the Italians have those guinea eyes. They're like, guinea eyes. Laurene, watch out for him. Watch out for him.
Don't listen to him. How you doing?
I'm doing.
Look, he's blushing. He's probably got an erection too. But he's blushing.
He's fucked up.
No,
I'm good.
And not as good as some. I've had a very challenging year. I don't know if anybody knows, but Ron and Jimmy know that I recently, as of October 7th, had a kidney transplant.
Yay, that's a success.
I was in dialysis for 10 months. So I could only make 3 films during dialysis in small parts because, you're in dialysis 3 times a week, 4.5 hours a day. And then my sister came along and kept asking me my blood type. And I knew she was up to something, but I didn't know what. And I just kept saying, I don't know, because I didn't know. And then one day in dialysis, they give you your creatinine levels and your boon and all of the levels of your kidneys. And at the very bottom, it said, your blood type is B positive. So my sister calls me every day from Portland, Oregon, to see how I did. And she said, did you find out your blood type? Find out your blood type. And I said, yeah, it's B positive. And she starts crying and screaming on the phone and kept saying, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. And I said, why are you crying for me? And she said, because I'm B positive. And I'm going to give you my kidney. And keep in mind,
good.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But she lived in Portland, Tigard, actually. And she came down 4 times. I flew her down ultimately because I kept saying no. Because I didn't want my sister to suffer. And I didn't really tell anybody because it was very personal. And I also thought nobody would ever hire me again, ever. So I started thinking about it and I realized that saving somebody else's life, raising kidney awareness is much more important than getting offered, I don't care how many movies. If I could save or enlighten one person, which I've gotten hundreds and hundreds of letters on Instagram, private messages, and also on Facebook, saying, I didn't know what the silent killer was. I had no idea what hypertension was. And what I did stupidly was I did not take my hypertension medication for quite a while because I felt fine. You feel fine. You don't realize that you're getting sicker and sicker, progressively sicker. And ultimately, I was stage 5. And so
it all turned out well. That's important.
It turned out fantastic. And yesterday,
I told Jimmy, when I die, he can have my penis because it's twice the size of his.
So hang on. So we're gonna first of all, on 3, let's just say hi to the chat. Just say, hey, chat room, all of us at the same time, and then we're gonna bring a few more people in. 1,
Laurene, you're still
2,
beautiful. Well,
3.
I have to
hang on. Hey, chat room.
Hello there.
Chat room. Please.
Lame.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Laurene, you came out of it so beautiful. You're glowing. Your face is absolutely glowing. You're the happiest lady. I love you. And I will see you January 7th.
What's that? Oh, that's
okay.
I can't announce it on the air because I have 1 million people here. But January 7th, because I want to hug you so badly and just whisper in your ear. I'm a bit emotional.
Anyway,
Thank
hold on.
God my dear friend is still with us.
Now we're going to bring in you guys.
I love you.
Ming's coming in, Victoria and Jan. Let's bring them all in at the same time.
Jan.
Yay! Happy New Year, everybody!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, guys!
There's Ming Ballard, one of the nicest, most beautiful ladies I know, talented, who is absolutely looking for a mate. So if there's a nice man out there who's interested in meeting Claire, elegance, decency, goodness, kindness, check on Ming
So hold on, I want to say something.
She is.
Hi, Ming.
If I were younger and straight, I'd marry you.
So hold on, Victoria, wave. I want everybody to see. First of all, Victoria is one of the most knowledgeable people in film on the planet,
and she ain't bad looking either.
And she's gorgeous. And she never does video. You guys, we've asked her to come on the show 100 times, and she won't do video. So yay!
That's because she's in the protection thing.
and Jan is also her husband, who everybody knows. The very one.
Another great actor.
And you guys, I don't know if you know everybody, but you guys please meet Johnny P. He's a talk show host from New York.
Yeah.
I think you guys know Mark Hoadley and Kymberli. I don't know. Kymberli, do you know Jan and Victoria?
No, I never met them.
I know you haven't. I don't know if
you're losing out. You've never met them. You're losing out. Let me talk about Jan. Jan, his show is when he was 21 years old. The most magnificent looking male human being you will ever want to see. Wait a minute, I'm not done. He still is. He's grown into being one of the handsomest men on film. I watch his work. I tell him all the time, get the hell out of those $2 movies. You belong in the big movies because you're a good actor. You're stunning on screen. He's got every bit of presence to become a superstar. And I encourage him every time I see him, stop with these $2 movies. You're not worthy of them.
And if you want to see
they're not worthy of you.
And if you want to see something really cool, watch People Under the Stairs. It just had its 25th year or something anniversary.
Now,
30th anniversary.
Now remember, there's an old saying, behind every great man is a great woman.
Yeah.
And in Jan's case, it's true. He's got a wife that supports him. Financially. I mean, in his work. She's there for him all the time. She's one of the loveliest people you ever want to chat with.
She fucking knows everything.
And she's a genius. And
nobody even knows it because she doesn't know. She won't toot her own horn, and that's why I'm tooting it for her.
You know what she is? She is a gracious, well-mannered woman. And I love that so. She's not like the little twats I see at some of these little snatchers. Mini dresses on, I call a clip cover. And they walk around thinking, I'm going to get laid by this producer and get in the movies. And meanwhile, they're all jerk-offs anyway. I mean, I get so many of those stupid women. It's nice to talk to an intelligent woman that's got it all. As all of you are, Ming and Kim and of course, my Laurene. You're supersonic women. And I'm proud to know every one of you. I'm so happy for you.
And this is our New Year's show, so we're looking for 2023 to be a magnificent year for everybody. And I'm going to work with
I'm working with Ming. I'll be working with Laurene. And Kymberli. I'll be working with my 3 girls.
And we're working with Jennifer, who we're bringing in next. Come on in, Jennifer.
And I think maybe there's something with Jan down the road, isn't there?
We're working on it, yes. He doesn't know it yet, though.
Hey, guys.
Put on lipstick for me. I love you, my darling. Look how beautiful you look.
So you guys, we're doing a great movie called Red River with Ming and Jennifer at the beginning of the year. And
I cannot wait.
Jennifer's an incredible director, and Ming's the actor-writer.
Director who I'm so trusting. Jennifer and I have spoken about Hollywood years ago and how wonderful it was. Directors knew what directors were doing. What a thrill it's going to be to have Jen direct me in this movie, because I have never been directed yet in a film where I didn't have to tell the director what to do. as you all know,
hopefully you won't have to in this case.
I know. I tell them. I'm on the set. I tell them what to do because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. But Jen is an absolute talent. She's got a wonderful resume of film. She's a terrific director, writer, and also one of my sweetest, dearest, closest, most loved friends.
So also, Jennifer, I
love you, Jen.
And I don't know if you and Ming have met. I think you met Laurene and maybe Mark Hoadley and maybe Kymberli. I know you haven't met Johnny P. Johnny P is a TV talk show host from New York, so you haven't met him.
Cool. Nice to meet you.
And Jan and Victoria are like a Hollywood
Johnny's
power couple.
Johnny's a Guido from Staten Island. I'm trying to fix my daughter Leslie up with. But of course he does.
Well, I got family in Jersey, so it's not too far away.
So Johnny's not. Johnny just is afraid of my daughter because my daughter was second runner-up in Miss America, Miss New York, Miss Long Island. I mean, and also Power's #1 model, and she was on 17 different covers.
Wow.
So Johnny's afraid of her, but she's.
Listen, we're in the 21st century. What do you want me to do?
My daughter came here. My daughter came here Christmas, and she vacuumed the peanuts on the rug in the den. She washed the dishes. She put all my food in the oven because I'm too old. She did all the kitchen work. My daughter is not a Jap. My daughter is a very homespun Italian girl with all the Italian values. And those of you who know her to be that way. She's not a pretentious beauty like all the bitches that we
Hold on, Victoria, do you cook? Do you cook?
Yes.
Ming, do you cook?
I was telling my daughter, why did you?
That's okay, because he's only so much he can do. Laurene, I know Laurene cooks because we've been to her house.
Listen, I'm desperate. My daughter is 52 years old. I'm desperate.
Oh, Mark Hoadley decks too. Kymberli, do you cook?
Yeah,
her husband is chef, so maybe she doesn't cook. She's also like a chef. Johnny, Jennifer, do you cook?
I love to cook.
When I need to.
Jen, you don't cook, Jen.
No, I actually made turkey, real turkey, take the guts out.
Hey, Ronnie, you see what I got here?
Years and years.
What is that, Johnny?
It says Palm Springs. I got this when I went to see you guys.
There you go.
Wow.
Oh, it's a cup. I couldn't see what it was.
So real quick, Jan, I want you to brag. Tell us something. What do you have coming out? Because I obviously you have shit all over Tubi and all over. What should people be watching?
Well, Tales is still running on Tubi.
Tales.
Tales is running on Tubi. Yeah, I think it's Vudu and Amazon too now. It's going really well. Beneath Us All is the last movie I did, the Viking vampire film we did with Harley. It's coming out. I think it's coming out in April or May now.
Okay.
You did a great job, by the way, Jan, on that.
So, thank you. I think that's going to go really well. I had some great feedback so far, and then actually they're doing a re-release of. I don't know if you know this, Laurene, but they're re-releasing Agamon's Gate because he got lost with COVID. So
where could we see those movies?
Anyway, any streaming, Hulu, Tubi, whatever.
And you've never seen Jan's work?
Well, how do you come up? What is he? Jan what? You just go by Jan?
No, Jan Birch,
Jan Birch. Have you ever seen Jan Birch's work?
I don't believe so. That's why I was asking. I'd like to look it up and watch some of your stuff.
I'd like you to see it. And also Mark's work.
Yeah,
I think you'd be interested in putting them in your film. She doesn't do $10 films, by the way.
So hold on.
My movies are at least $12.
Jen does $4 and $5 million. No, Jen's films are $4 and $5 million.
So hold on. Let's go back. Yes. Actually, everybody on here who's an actor, they're all phenomenal actors, and the people who do stuff behind the scenes, they're all really good at that too. Ming has a movie called Vampire, and where do people see Vampire?
Oh, okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's called Vampire, the silliest vampire movie ever made. It's on like Tubi, Amazon, I think Apple, iTunes, and I wrote.
She disappeared.
She froze. Ming, you froze.
Oh, no, she's still there, though. She stopped talking. Okay. Anyway, it's called Vampire, you guys. Vampie. It's a super cute movie. And Laurene, what do you have out that anybody can go see?
Well,
you have a lot of movies.
I have a Staycation coming out. It's about the pandemic and The Beast Inside.
Oh, that crappy movie?
You saw it. You said I was really good in it.
You are really good.
You're good at it. You stole the movie. Your performance made the movie happen.
Thank you. I don't think so, but thank you.
No, everybody else.
And I have Once and Future Smash coming out as a comedy because I love doing comedies and my life's a joke. But let's see, one or two others, and I got a new manager who's been around for 23 years. He knows everybody. I can't say his name because I have not signed with him, but I'm very, very happy with him.
Yay!
Well, congratulations. That's great.
Thank you.
Good luck.
What you guys missed because Jennifer and Ming, you missed because Laurene just got out of the hospital. She had a kidney transplant.
Wow, that's a big deal.
from my sister Charmaine. God bless my sister.
Look how gorgeous she's like. Looks gorgeous. Every gorgeous. We don't know any people who aren't pretty.
Everyone on this screen right now, I really truly care for. There's no bullshit here. I don't have one creep on here that I have to make believe I like, because if I don't like it, I don't make believe. No, if I don't
well,
like
we
one,
love you. We
no,
love
I
you
don't
no matter
talk,
how you
I
feel.
don't talk to people I don't like. If I don't like you, I ignore you. Why am I going to talk to you? I got to bullshit you and tell you how much I love you, like they do on Facebook. Everybody loves everybody on Facebook. Meanwhile, in private, they say the worst things about each other. I hate this bullshit. This world of bullshit. Johnny,
Yes, sir.
We're both from Brooklyn. What's the golden rule we're taught as a kid?
Never run out your friends and always keep your mouth shut.
And do not bullshit, because bullshit artists go to the gutter. We're raised. Don't do that. Be a true blue friend, or you're dead.
Actually, everybody in the chat room says they can't wait for staycation. Actually, on three, you guys, because we got to get this right one time. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and everybody say hello, Happy New Year, chat room, because there's a ton of people in the chat room. They're all making comments, going too fast. So on three, everybody, 1, 2, 3. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
That was a little better.
Health. Take care of your health. Take care of your
healthy
blood pressure medication. Don't forget to take your blood pressure medication.
Diane is in there.
Jimmy's a better producer than a director. So that little thing he put together wasn't so hard. Who can we bring on now?
Hang on. Joe Kelly's. I told Joe Kelly to come in since all of us are on here.
Who wants to leave?
No, he don't have. He doesn't have to leave. We can do 10, so we can have one more.
So I was going to kick Mark off.
No, we can't kick off Mark yet because I want him to be on when Joseph's on.
Oh, right. Mark I know well, so I could kick him off.
That's okay,
Mark. I always said you could have been my son. You know that.
Absolutely.
So I feel family with Mark. I mean, every time I see Mark, it's a pleasure.
Bye, Mark.
I am not blowing smoke. I'm not blowing.
There we go. Yay!
Here we go.
Kelly's the only person that we had on last week, also on this week. So Joe Kelly, since all your clowny people are on here, we brought you on to say hello, say Happy New Year's to everybody. Plus, Laurene and Jan. And
everyone. How are you guys? Happy New Year.
We also brought Joe on because he is now going to film Clown Motel 27. I love you, Joe.
And Joe's got two films. You guys can see Clown Motel 1 and Clown Motel 2. They're both
and guess
available.
What? Joe Kelly, guess what?
What?
Guess who he's back with?
No,
I'm not telling.
That's not true anyway.
I'm not telling.
You can't bring up those things.
Telling.
Okay, good.
Romance is in the air.
That's good. We're happy romance is in the air.
I'm speculating.
Good. You got it, Mark. I love Joe, and I love the person that he's romantically involved with. So that could be a wedding. I will certainly dance it.
Who is it?
No, we can't tell.
I can't tell. We're not allowed to say.
We can't say.
Because she'll blow a tit, and we don't want her to do that. Her tits are too lovely to do that.
So it's so funny. So Joe, you know everybody but Johnny P. Johnny P is a TV talk show host from New York.
He's a mafia.
He's a very cool guy.
He's a mafia guy.
And it is.
And I don't think I've
call Johnny. Call Johnny. He'll have to go. $10,000. They're dead. $10,000 later.
I love it.
Right, Johnny?
Yeah, so you guys are friend of ours, so
that's right. So,
Johnny and I speak alike from Brooklyn. Do you notice the accent?
Look on my list. I think
he's a great guy. I like Johnny, my new friend. If he doesn't about my foot, I'm gonna have him.
Yeah. All right. So it's our New Year's show. What everybody say something that they're looking forward to in 2023, and we'll go around from the top of the screen around. So Mark, Kymberli, Johnny, what are you looking forward to the most, Mark, in 2023?
Happiness and contentment.
There we go. Okay, Kymberli.
My new granddaughter.
Yay! That's tomorrow.
Oh,
Yay!
You know, it's a girl.
Yes.
Yes, it's a girl.
Oh,
cool! Congratulations.
It surprises you.
Congratulations.
All right, Johnny P.
My New Year's resolution is dropping all negativity and dead weight in my life and moving on to working with people that care and getting on to the next part of my life.
There you go.
I couldn't have said it better.
I think
that's a good one.
You got it right, Johnny.
All right, we're going back to the left to go to Jan.
Well, a lot of peace and love and a lot of great work, like you said. Little more than $3 movies.
I know. I want to see you in $100 million movie, like leading the fucking crew.
No, I really want to.
Baby.
I want to see you directed well, probably by Jennifer. Jennifer's a wonderful director. If you are in one of her films, I think she's going to bring out all that wonderful stuff that you show sometimes, and the director doesn't like because it makes his film better than you're better than his film.
Sometimes you just need the space to show it.
There are crazy directors out there that do that. If you supersede the film, they cut you out. Mark, am I right?
That's right.
Yeah, well, Laurene knows that too.
And Laurene, am I right? Look at your work. How many times they threw you on because you were better than the film?
I got cut out of a lot of Sky with Diane Kruger because she said I was stealing the film from her and stopped stealing the film from her. But the Hollywood Reporter gave me a fantastic review. And they said that my performance was phenomenal and that the whole movie should have been about Charlene, my bunny character. And I have two Elvis impersonators on either side of me. And it did fantastic on that.
Sounds amazing.
We have to finish going around.
Look at Joe Kelly. He's so jealous of me. I said to him, Joe, why isn't my name above the title of the movie? Starring Ron Russell, Clowney. He said, because you got a little bit part in it, you jerk. That wasn't nice. Right, Joe?
All right, Victoria, what 2023, what's the big going to happen for you?
Working with you on the projects that I've written.
Absolutely, you guys. We got a fucking humdinger of a project there. Let me tell you, it's fucking awesome. Yeah. And I'm not kidding you guys. I don't mean she's like the smartest like female person working in Hollywood. She's like the smartest person working in Hollywood. Everybody should be like talking to her.
She astounds us.
She knows her shit. When I get on the phone, I'm just flabbergasted. Because I think I know a lot, but I don't know shit compared to her. When she gets off the phone, she's phenomenal. All right, Ming, your turn.
Ming is frozen.
Wait, I don't know if Ming's there. If that's just a picture of me. Ming, you're frozen. All right, we're gonna come back to you, Ming. Laurene.
What is my New Year's resolution?
Or what are you looking forward to the most in 2023?
I'm looking forward to hopefully enlightening people about hypertension awareness, about taking care of your body. Be careful what you put in your body.
Yes.
I did not, like I said, I didn't take my hypertension blood pressure medication for probably 2.5 years. And I'm trying my best to, every time I post anything, to put hashtag hypertension awareness, donate kidney. I have that on my driver's license. But that's my main focus, and to hopefully work with some really good actors, which I think I'm going to. But the most important thing in my life is because I pretty much died. I was dead. And my sister saved me. God saved, Jesus saved me.
That's all good. That's all good. You and I will be working in a film soon. So we're going to have a good time, Laurene.
Ming, are you back?
Ming?
She was back. I don't know. Jennifer's in the same house. They should have like the same Wi-Fi. Go, Jennifer. Your turn.
One thing. Directing Red River.
Yay! I can't wait.
That's it, man. I'm singularly focused.
There you go.
And remember, my name above the title, starring Ron Russell.
Yeah. All right, we're going to Joe Kelly. Joe Kelly, what are you looking forward to in 2023?
Yay!
2023, just being more productive and getting things done, change, and family and friends.
I love it. I think
it's nothing else. No romance. No romance.
Okay. Romance with Ron Russell.
What's it like? What's it like, Joe?
Not
like a horse.
Stop that. That's very rude.
That's not rude. Everybody knows it.
Hey, she dropped out.
They call you tripod. All right.
Stop it.
So, Jan, I have a question, Jan. So 2023 is coming up, and some big director contacts you, and you can work with any male and female actor on the planet. Who do you pick?
Ryan Gosling.
Oh,
Ron Russell, man.
Ryan Gosling and a female.
A female. Margot Robbie.
Oh, I like Margot Robbie. Okay, so Victoria, your husband is going to be in a movie, and he can have any male and female. Who do you pick for him? Leah Delaria.
Let's see. Male. I want to see him working with George Clooney.
There you go.
Oh, we know it's a really big picture.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, and female?
Female? God, there's so many. Meryl Streep. Big. I'm talking out of the sphere that he's been in for 20 years. So I'm shooting.
All right. Here. So, Laurene, because you've also worked with a lot of big people, if 2023 is coming up, who are two people that you think that you could like to work with, male and female?
I would love to work with Tom Hardy. He's my favorite actor.
Oh, my God. He's so awesome.
So in love with him.
Did you guys see that fighting movie he did when he's a UFC fighter? That's the greatest movie. Warrior. It's called Warrior. It's such a good movie.
Most people didn't see it, but
that was good.
He's fabulous.
Great.
He's a chameleon. He can do anything. He reminds me so much of Marlon Brando, who I knew very well because I lived with his son Christian for 10 years. So
yes. Okay, so female. Give us a female.
Tom Hardy.
All right, so
Tom Hardy fans, you know.
Johnny P, we're gonna like hook this around to you. Okay, so you got a talk show, and Kymberli, you're gonna get this question too. So you have a talk show. Who's your ideal guest? You can have any person on the planet, living or dead. Who do you want to interview?
Better not be Tom Hardy.
Living or dead would be
Tom Hardy. Yeah.
Better not be Tom Hardy.
Why not? Why not?
Can I speak?
Who?
Living or dead, Elvis Presley.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I passed on that one. That almost didn't do much for me. No. Johnny Potenza wants to interview Elvis. So go ahead, Kymberli. Your new TV show's coming out, and your first show has the biggest star you ever wanted to interview. Who is it, living or dead?
I would have to say Will Smith.
Oh my God, that's terrible. I hate that. Okay, I've met him before. He shot us when he did the Muhammad Ali movie. They shot that across from my clothing store in Florida back in the day. So Joe Kelly, your turn. Okay. You're gonna make a movie, whether you're directing or acting it. What male and female actor do you want to work with in 2023?
That's reasonable, or just whatever. Yeah, if it was whatever.
Your biggest bucket list on the freaking planet.
If I could, probably Chris Hemsworth or Tom Cruise because he's crazy.
Yeah.
Female wise, I like Sandra Bullock and Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh yeah, good calls. Those are good choices.
My favorite.
Those are like calls. Good. All right, James, you're directing, and you can have anybody you want, male or female, for any movie. It doesn't have to be a specific movie. Who in 2023? Who do you want to work with?
Cary Grant and Katharine Hepburn.
Oh, that's fabulous.
When they were young.
Cary Grant's
the hot Philadelphia Story. When they did.
I would love to have worked with Cary Grant, and I would have said to him, "If I have to sleep with you to be in your film, I will."
Well, that's mighty giving.
Hang on, Ming, say something. See if we can hear you.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. All right, so you get the question. 2023 is coming up. Not your own movie, but just a movie gets offered to you, and you can work with any male and female actor in the world. Who do you want to work with? Oh, I can hear her barely.
I thought Marcel Waltz was coming on. Where is he?
He's not.
You can't put him in?
No, he's not here. No, he didn't show up into the thing.
Oh, Marcel had a problem.
Oh, and poor thing with Ming too. I don't know why we have that bad connection. That's stinky. All right, so we've got 6 minutes. What do you want to say?
I want to say thank everybody for giving us a good show, and I love working with you. And we're going to have a lot of work next year because Jimmy's got a lot of movies, and some good stuff is coming our way. The scripts, I have garbage for scripts. Everybody and their mother sends me a script from Facebook. All my Facebook people, I have a script in my back pocket. Some of them I can't get through the second page because it's so illiterate and so ridiculous and so disgusting, vulgar, filthy, and dirty. Which I'm not. I'm a prude. You know how prudy I am. I make believe I'm a wise guy, but I'm old-fashioned Italian, you know. So if I get an intelligent script that's written well with a story that has not been done 3,000 times, Jimmy, I throw it in Jimmy's lap. Jimmy will read it. He likes it. Then he goes out and gets the couple of $1 million we need for it. Because Jimmy does $1 million movies. Now he's no longer in the $10,000 syndrome. Thank God.
What were you going to say, Laurene?
What's that?
Oh, you started to say something. God, you look good.
She's gorgeous. Look how gorgeous she is. Oh, my God.
It's Maybelline and dental floss, all right?
Oh, your ass is itchy, Maybelline. I've seen you close up. That's not Maybelline. You're crazy. You're just a beautiful woman.
I'm a screenwriter as well. I used to write with Larry Cohen a lot, and then I wrote some scripts on my own. But we had a fabulous script called Dog Pen. It's about dogs, rescues in prison, grown in prison, and the absolute chaos that happens.
I love dog movies.
Jimmy has a movie. If it doesn't get made, is a sin. It's about a dog that dies and goes to heaven.
No.
And it comes back.
It's about a dog who comes down from heaven who's an angel.
It's an angel.
And he saves a wicked...
It is the most wonderful
story. It saves a toy story. It saves a toy shop that all the toys are made by people with autism.
It
sounds like a wonderful story.
No, it's a very good family film.
It's a Christmas movie. And Jimmy's looking for, 10, 15, I think. How many million? 4 million only? That's good. It's a quickie.
It's a quickie, yeah.
So maybe we'll ask Mark to get that woman that's worth $80 billion.
Yeah.
You know, Mark, you could romance her a little. Go there in tight pants, and smile.
Well, she got her a Swedish 20-some-year-old, so...
of course she did.
Well, bribe him to get money out of her for you.
Actually, you guys, Yanni Victoria, for people who like Viking movies who want to invest, Yanni and Victoria are working on a big-budget Viking film. And Jan, look at him. I mean, he looks like a Viking.
Jan is not the ultimate Viking. Nobody is. Oh, God.
So it should work good. So Mark's got a martial arts mafia movie. Did you say martial arts mafia movie?
Martial arts and cartel
movie. Kymberli's got her 2 TV shows. Laurene's got her cause and new movies coming out. Johnny P's got his show. Joe Kelly's got Clowney and several other films coming out. Jennifer and Ming both have Red River that we're working on, and Jan and Victoria have lots of things going on, but hopefully they're also going
to. What's it about, Jimmy? What's Red River about?
Red River.
It's about.
Let Jennifer tell it.
No. It's all about
Red River. What it is it's a horror movie without all the usual horror cliches. And what it is, Red River is a Faustian tale of the horrific price some people are willing to pay for superstardom. Wow. And it's an amazing story. It's
starring Ron Russell, who is going to make the film happen. Without Ron Russell, this film would be in the garbage pail. I am saving this movie.
Yeah, right.
Oh, thank God for that.
I am going to tell Jennifer how to direct me.
Oh, yeah, right.
And I'm going to save the movie.
Be gone.
And my name goes above the title of the movie. It's starring Ron Russell. Ming Ballard has an extra part, and she's nobody.
Yeah, right.
She's nothing in the film. Like all of my Joe Kelly film. And Joe, I want to thank you for being so wonderful and being a true blue friend and standing by me. And you know what? I can't talk about it. Anyway, I love all of you, and I want to thank all of you.
Actually, the chat room's all talking about Red River. They can't wait for it.
No,
so that's
Red
good.
River. I am so excited about Red River. I think I'm going to do my hair blonde because I think I might be a German scientist. I haven't worked on the character yet, but it's going to be a new me. It's not going to be Ron Russell, the mafia killer, or the cop, or the priest.
Real quick, you guys, Ming sent me a text message. She's sorry that her Wi-Fi is not working, and can I just let everybody know? So Ming Ballard, you guys check out Vampire. She's starring in Red River. It's going to be a phenomenal movie.
And look for Typo Negative. Typo Negative.
Yeah.
Jen and I are going to have a ball on that one because I play a very over-the-top gay vampire. It's a comedy. It's going to be a blast. So I'm looking forward to next year.
Actually, it's not a comedy. It's
not a comedy.
Well, it will be. It will be when I do it.
No, it won't.
Oh, yeah? You want to see me? Darling, I'm gay. No. It's going to be very nice. And Joe Kelly.
Tell him what type of. We have 1 minute.
I'm looking forward to being in Clown 97. Soon to be shot with Joe Kelly. What is it called? Clown what? Seriously.
I'm stopping on the third one.
What is it?
We're stopping on the third one.
What is it?
Freeways to Hell. That's the last one I'm doing. Last sequel.
What is the title?
Fun Motel, Freeways to Hell.
Freeways to Hell.
Oh, wow. That sounds wild. Wait, that sounds scary.
You got to love it. All right, everybody.
Wow.
So we have to go. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming on the show. We wish you all the greatest New Year's ever.
Thank you, guys.
Wish only good for everything that you're doing. And everybody have a safe New Year's. Please be safe if you're going out, and we look forward to working with everybody in 2023.
And I'm so happy to hear everybody's got good stuff going. That's how it has to be. Think positive always. Negativity is dangerous. Negativity is a cancer. Think positive, and life is a snap. It's a joy.
Love you guys. We got to go. Bye.
See you guys later. Great seeing everyone. Bye-bye.
Can turn out to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.
Start a journey, not a fad. Kick off your fitness journey with up to $500 off Peloton Bike, Bike Plus, or Tread packages. Choose the package that will take your training to the next level with accessories like our cycling shoes, heart rate band, non-slip grip dumbbells, and more. Join now and you'll see why 92% of households that start the year with Peloton are still active a year later. All access membership separate. Offer ends January 8th, 2023. Excludes Bike, Bike Plus, and Tread Basics. See additional terms at onepeloton.com.